Hey guys, man, I just got back from the Axiom 1 launch. It was beautiful. A huge congratulations to the Axiom crew of this mission. This mission is a first step to keeping an American space station up in orbit for 50 more years. If you want to know more about Axiom, down below in the description, I put a timestamp in case you want to fast forward or come back to any parts of this video. But I would love it for you to check out this quick launch. It's from Playa Linda, and if you're ever planning on going to a launch, Playa Linda is the best place to go. Playa Linda was voted the 3rd most beautiful beach in Florida, and you can see why. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning just to get to the park as soon as they opened at 6 o'clock in the morning. The people that beat me there are the photographers with lenses this big, you know, $10,000, $15,000 lenses, and man, they stole my spot. They got the best spot, but I got a great spot. Everything worked out perfectly. So grab your sunblock and your towel, and let's head over to Playa Linda Beach so you guys can check out this launch. Here we go.
Successful stage separation, ignition of the second stage engine.
First, I'll say thanks to our SpaceX team for getting you there. That was really awesome. My thanks to NASA for hosting us, and to the entire crew.
Man, did you see that booster landing? That was sick. Way to go, SpaceX, for not losing a signal this time. It looked awesome. One of the highlights of the whole launch. It's too bad it didn't land back at the Cape. That's always a sight to see. This launch was the first private commercial journey to the International Space Station. They have launched private citizens before to the ISS. The space shuttle did it a few times, but never a full crew like this one. This crew consisted of 4 civilians, all 4 paying customers, but 1 veteran retired astronaut. Let's get to know the crew real quick. Larry Connor from Ohio. He has multiple successes here on the ground. Now he's headed to new heights in space as a pilot. He's an American real estate and technology entrepreneur. And now he's an astronaut. Connor is the head of Connor Group, a real estate investment firm located in Dayton, Ohio. From 1982 to 1990, he owned Orlando Computer Corp. here in Central Florida. They provided hardware and software to all these big businesses. So he made it big right at the era that the computer technology was just about ready to boom. His company now is worth $3.5 billion. He's also had plenty of fun in his life. He's a private aerobatic pilot for air shows. He does road racing, circuit racing. This year he even dived in the Mariana Trench. That's crazy. And then there's Michael Lopez-Alegria. He's the commander on this mission. He's a Spanish-American astronaut and test pilot, a veteran of 3 space shuttle missions and 1 to the ISS. Michael has done 10 spacewalks so far in his career. He presently holds the second longest EVA duration record. He has a total of 215 days in the ISS that launched back in 2006. He is the retired astronaut that I was telling you about. He is also the vice president of Axiom's consultant to commercial space companies, serves on several advisory boards and committees to public and private organizations. He seems like a very cool, smart guy to be around. Next, we have the Canadian Mark Pathy. He is a CEO of a company named Maverick, a private-owned Canadian investment company. Mark is also the chairman of Stingray Group, a company that broadcasts music and video content on cable and satellite TV. That also includes internet, mobile devices, and game consoles. Yeah, this guy's way cool. Does anybody know why Canadians always seem so cool? If you guys know, let me know down in the comments. I always get along so great with Canadians. Last, we have the Israeli Eytan Stibbe. He's a former fighter pilot and businessman. And now he too is an astronaut. He implemented projects and established infrastructures in developing countries, mainly setting up naval defense systems. We all know that Israel is darn good at setting up defense systems. In 2010, he also started an investment company called Vital Capital Fund. He invests on future technology, hence why these guys were the ones to be picked for this mission. Axiom will be the new private commercial aerospace company that will add to the ISS with larger modules to increase living spaces. These 4 guys are investors that will make it happen. What better way to learn about the space station and what the astronauts need in the space station than to just go to the space station? These guys aren't like the civilian mission of Inspiration 4. They have been receiving real astronaut training that has lasted over a year and a half. They have about 25 real experiments to do on their 8-day stay of the ISS. They roughly paid about $57 million for this mission, but it was supposed to be more than that. NASA helped them out when it came to the supplies. At first, they were going to have to bring their own toiletries, food, clothes, and even bring their own oxygen. But NASA gave them a break on bringing everything they needed. And that's probably because Crew 4 will be arriving at the ISS in a week or so. They could bring more supplies onto the space station in that mission. The ISS is scheduled to be retired in 2030, but Axiom has plans to launch multiple modules to add to the ISS. Once they complete all the new additions, hopefully by 2028, they can detach the old section of the ISS, keep the new sections that they just brought up into space, and keep the space station going. But now it will be a private station, no longer government owned. Now that it will be under Axiom, maintenance will be required by them. Axiom will have the choices to do what they want with the station. Perhaps even a hotel section will be added. At some point, they're going to have to try to find funds. That way they can have the money to maintain the station. But NASA will always be a part of it, of course. But NASA will have plenty of other things to focus on. Mainly the moon, and then going also back to Mars. Axiom can even build space stations that could shoot to the moon, or even Mars. And that's so exciting to even think about. Their capabilities are just endless. They are still in production in Houston, Texas. Who knows, maybe Jeff Bezos can even learn a thing or two from Axiom. But Axiom will not have their own rocket. They will still have to subcontract either SpaceX or Boeing or Blue Origin to carry their sections to low Earth orbit. I'm sure they will not be left alone in this endeavor. I'm sure other companies and investors can jump on board and help them out to achieve what our country needs to do in the new station. We need our space station for all the experiments we do, for science, and to continue learning what the body does in long space duration flights. Today, the crew arrived at the International Space Station at 5 a.m. I saw all of it. I congratulate them and wish them a great mission and safe travels back. It must feel so awesome to be the first private guest to the International Space Station. Up there, in your space. Next up will be Crew 4, and stay tuned for that launch, and I'll see you on the next video. Godspeed.